What's going on, everybody? This is Mario Brown, and this is Empowerment for Life. So the holidays are coming upon us, right? Thanksgiving is this week. Christmas following Thanksgiving, a few weeks later. And it's going to be a very stressful time for a lot of people. Not just the people that are going to be cooking the food, because they got to cook for large numbers. They got to accommodate everybody. They got to clean the house. They got to clean the chitlins. They got to wash the greens. You know, all of that stuff. They got to spend a lot of money to feed everybody. And then you have the stress of who do you ask to bring stuff, right? Now that one gets real tricky because everybody can't cook. And then some people get offended when you don't ask them to bring anything, and you really don't know how to tell them that the reason we ain't asking you to bring anything is because you can't cook. You know what I mean? So it becomes a little bit difficult, some ways, to articulate that. Nah, you know what? You bring the paper stuff, cups and plates, you know what I mean, and napkins. But anyway, but there's another thing that I want to help you with, is that sometimes it's stressful because you're going to be dealing with a lot of petty people. You know, folk in the family that you just don't like, folk you can't stand for real. And you got to sit down and go over to your auntie house or grandma and them house, and you got to deal with them, but you really can't stand them. You know what I mean? I've really come to the conclusion that sometimes that's why people get the reflux and the GERD. You know what I mean? Because you're just having to sit there and eat food with folk you really can't stand because they petty, they messy, hell raisers. So what I've discovered that helps me, and it'll help you, is you got to learn that you have the right, when you're invited, to simply say these words: I ain't able. I ain't able. When they start calling you saying you going over auntie house, I ain't able. You coming up to Granny's, I ain't able. Why? Because on the front end, you already know who's going to be there. So you owe it to yourself to not get the reflux this year, to not have indigestion this year, because you mad dealing with petty people. You know what I mean? Cook your own food, invite your friends over, and tell the rest of the people I ain't able. Now, if you just gotta go, because sometimes family can pressure you and be like, I can't believe you ain't coming. I can't believe, you know, man, forget that stuff. It's the holidays. Come on, put that behind you. But still, you know that deep down inside, it's gonna go down. Something's gonna go down. You gotta go and give a minimum of 2 hours. If you just gotta go, only give a minimum of 2 hours. Because the truth of the matter is that you want a happy holiday, but sometimes that's impossible. Why? Because of some of the folk that's gonna be there. You all just don't get along, and that's all right. But you gotta be honest enough to say, this year, I'm just going to tell the folk I ain't able. Not this year. I want happy holidays. You know, think about last year. And so, you know, nobody wants to go to holiday season gatherings faking and being phony and all that kind of stuff. So you have to understand, you maintain the right to be able to say, you know what, I ain't able. I'm not going to go. And it's okay, but you owe that to yourself because you want to enjoy that seasonal time with family and friends. But if you know it's not going to be that way, then you got to make a decision. I ain't able is always a good thing to be able to say. I ain't able. I can't go this year. I wish y'all well. You know, God bless you, but I'm not going to be able to do it. I ain't able. And that's okay. All right? I want you to have a great holiday from Empowerment for Life, Coffee with Jesus. We wish you all a very safe and happy holiday. And remember, you have the right to say, I ain't able. All right? Have a good one.